Hello guys and welcome to a brand new video. Today I'm here with Spy Family Season 3 episode number 8 reaction. Alright, the previous episode we are in the middle of a very serious situation. The school bus has been hijacked by the Red Circus and Anya from the inside was trying her best to, kind of give out information outside so that people from the outside could at least understand what's going on. So she was able to do that with Damien's help. Damien kind of distracted them and she threw out like a box. Inside of it there was an SOS message. And yeah uh, uh, like a thing, well, a contraption was put on her neck which apparently was a bomb, but she kind of heard using her mind reading powers that it was a lie. It was just what something they did to make the kids scared. And and a same thing was put on Damian's neck as well. Things are kind of going crazy inside. Then finally the police arrives and now we are in a stalemate. So yeah, like none of them are budging. The police is trying to get in, but they cannot because the children are hostage, and the Red Circus members, they're also kind of stuck in this whole situation. So yeah, let's see what happens. Let us begin. I'll be putting the subtitles and the timer here. Sync it to whichever is preference. Let's begin. Okay, here's the countdown. 3, 2, 1, go. Huh. Right, take down the bus jacker. Okay, here we go. Hmm. Right. Right. Yeah. Right. Well. Yeah. Well, that's. Oh, what the? Oh my God. Oh wait, they know each other? Oh. Hmm. Oh yeah, the teacher. I forgot about him that he's also here. Yeah, all those things are getting in Anya's head, so she's just out. Nah, they won't. Oh, they're allowing it. I guess they do need food and water. Yeah, I don't think they're gonna allow that. Right. Yeah, I don't think that's okay. Uh, oh boy. Well, I don't think you could have done anything with a gun on your face. Hmm. Well, Miss Forte is fine. She knows what that is. Just as I said. Ah! He's like, he's like, his shit's not lying. Oh god. Yeah, I don't think that should be. It's rations, so you know. Bruh, this is a whole ass picnic. Hmm. Oh. Oh damn. Right. Okay, so yeah, this is the other bus. Right. Who? Oh, this is them in the past. Yes, that's him. Oh boy. Ugh. Yes, he's reading her his mind. Well, Yuri's there. Right. Oh damn. Yeah. Oh, it's Yuri. That is. Oh damn. Right. Good lord. Yeah. Well, at Grace. Well, Anya's not even there, so Anya's in the other bus. Bruh. This received order transfer. Oh my god. Nah, man, this is ridiculous. Now they're just gonna do whatever the hell they want. Oh boy. Oh god, this guy might try to take things in his hands. Yeah. Oh, is that a bomb or something? Yeah. Yeah. Oh. Oh god. Absolutely. Ridiculous. You know what? At this point, I feel like it's like, oh boy. Oh, okay. Thank God. But I guess at the same time they're going to not reveal what's happening. Okay, hopefully she realizes something's going wrong. Oh, here we go. Here we go. Yeah, now she realized something weird is going on. Is she going to tell them? Because I feel like the best thing to do now is actually tell them what's happening. But at the same time, things might go wrong. So it's a tricky situation. Because if they came barging in, they're screwed. Dinner time. Oh my god. They're like, bruh, she just wants to eat, even though there's a hole. uh, yeah, he's getting reminded of her daughter. I don't think that's what he's. Hello? I don't think she's talking about food. Yeah. Uh. Mm. Yeah. Oh my god. That is a leap of in logic. Oh. Okay, nah, man. Yeah, you think that's what's happening? What's happening here? Alright, you. Nah, man, this is ridiculous. What type of a leap in logic is this? Oh no. Oh boy. Damn. Those two cats are just like. Hmm. Damn, he was part of the military. Damn. He's surrendering. Yep. I feel like he's gonna get shot. Oh god. Oh no, but they did say that take him alive. Oh no. Oh god. Oh boy. Oh my god. He's gonna try to blow themselves up now. The bomb is there. Oh wait, he only took Anya. Wait, I think Yor is probably on the way. Oh. Oh wait. Oh, it's her, the butler lady. Oh yeah, Martha. Oh, okay. Damn. Well, alright, so I thought like Yor was gonna get involved as soon as she got to know that, but that wasn't necessary. Oh, okay. Alright, it kind of ended peacefully. I don't know, I was expecting something going wrong. Like maybe like someone is gonna end up dead or something, I was expecting. I thought it would be him, the guy. What's his name? The leader. Billy, right? Yeah. I thought it would be him, but then I remembered that the police themselves mentioned that we would prefer to capture him alive. Hmm. Oh, there you go. And that was today's episode. That was episode number 8 of Spy Family season 3. Now, we had the ending of the whole Red Circus arc, and we got to see a little bit of the main guy, the leader, Billy, I think that was his name. His past, what happened to his family, his daughter, and why he decided to take this path up. And in the end, realizing that what he was doing was something that his daughter probably would not have liked if she was alive, and hence surrendering at the end. Right. I Like I said, I was, as soon as Yor got contact, or Yor contacted them and realized something weird is going on, I thought that Yor was going to get involved somehow, but that wasn't even necessary, because he surrendered. And then that little section where the other dude tried to run off with Anya was taken out. Like I that part I was thinking, like, oh, Yor was probably on the way now, she's going to come and save Anya. But that wasn't necessary. Martha, right? That's her name, the butler lady. She came and saved Anya. So everything went pretty well. Now the reason why all this was possible was Anya's, I guess you could say, her just talking about she was talking about the bomb. And it was like a whole ass miscommunication. You could see, like, Anya was like, oh, I don't want everyone here dying. Obviously, Billy had no idea what she was talking about, because he was unaware of the fact that there was an actual real bomb in there. The other dude planned blowing themselves up. Like, he wasn't aware of that. So he thought that Anya was talking about food, because she was literally talking about how she wants to eat. So he connected that with this, and he kind of got the wrong impression and thought apparently everyone in Eden school is starving, they don't have enough money or something. So I'm like, okay, what the hell is he even like, yeah, obviously that really helped out and at the end, because that made him think about his own daughter and kind of remember what his daughter was like, and realize that what I'm doing was something that my daughter never would have wanted. And that's why he surrendered. Because of that miscommunication, he thought about all of this. So it did kind of help out. But I have to say, what type of how does his brain work? Like, you think these guys were, like, wearing this, like all these, like, fancy, like school uniforms and everything, with the inside of a school bus, they they're struggling for food. Like, what? Yeah, I don't know how in his head he even got that idea. Like, I understand it was a miscommunication, but still, the fact that he even thought about that is pretty funny. But like I said, at the end of the day, because he thought about that and he got that kind of a misunderstanding, his, like, thing, he was thinking about that, so it kind of got connected to his daughter, and he remembered about his past, and how his daughter also used to kind of like feed like kittens, even though they themselves were pretty much struggling, and how she kind of like was a person who did everything, like, in a, like, did everything that was correct, and how she probably would not have wanted her dad to go in this path, like, like endangering innocent kids, to for their own agenda. I wouldn't call it agenda, because at the end of the day they are kind of trying to like fix things, but at the same time, like, like, this is, like, the way they're going about is something where, like, a lot of innocent lives will get involved, you know so at the end of the day, they're like, kind of, it's like defeating the purpose in a way. Like, if throughout your path, the path that you're walking, if it involves sacrificing other innocent people, then that kind of defeats the whole purpose. Because if you think about it, you are making other people go through the same suffering that made you take up this path. So it just think about it that way. Like, how you lost your daughter, there are at least, like, the path that you're walking, which might it have, like, a lot of people, a lot of innocent people's lives, like, might go. The path that you're walking, that will create many more like you, like, who are victims, who will lose their daughter, their son, their loved ones. And yeah, so that kind of thing. Right. So anyways, yeah, so there you go. That was what happened in today's episode. Now, a few other things happened because, a lot of things were the reason why this whole thing ended up going in such a quick manner, and the whole incident ended up being wrapped up without any bloodshed or anything. Like a lot of like incidents were the reason why. First and foremost, Yuri going to the other bus and taking out all the like people over there of the Red Circus and saving those hostages. That was one of the reasons, because that bus was like their trump card. So as soon as they lost their trump card, because nobody knew where that bus was, and they had like a good, so Yuri tracking that down and taking out that whole thing was able to make these guys panic because they lost their trump card. So that was one of the reasons. uh, Another reason was, I would say it was it was going in a pretty dangerous direction, but it did kind of help. What I'm talking about is the change in uh, change in the people who were in charge. So at first it was police who were in charge, but then as we saw, we got the phone call, and it was said that those guys, the police, the security police, the state security police, they are the ones who ended up being in charge at the end. So that drastic change did make it a little bit more dangerous, because these guys were ready to just go in without any care in the lives of the hostages. They were like, yeah, like a lot of people, like children might die, but it doesn't matter. We're doing this for the greater good. That was how their logic was going. That dude who was the leader. So it was a pretty dangerous direction that this was going, but it was because they tried to rush the whole thing that the people inside the bus started panicking. And because they started panicking, this whole incident ended up going in this direction where Anya kind of did all of that, and they ended up surrendering. Billy ended up surrendering. So none of this would have happened if it was still the police who were in charge, because they wouldn't rush them, and none of this would have happened. So this is another reason why like the things kind of went. But like I said, it was a pretty like risky kind of a thing, because these guys, the security, the state security, them, they would have definitely not cared about the hostage. Like they would have rushed in, and maybe if like the people inside, they probably would have been a gunfight, and yeah, they might have become, a few of the hostages might get injured, or maybe might have lost their lives in that process. So that's probably what would have happened. But thankfully, before any of that happened, we saw what went down, and things ended up getting resolved. So that was also another reason why this ended up going in this direction. Also, obviously, like the biggest reason is Anya, because Anya ended up charging forward, and then like kind of saying all of that, and him kind of seeing his own daughter in Anya, that made Billy panic. So he tried to let Anya just leave, but Anya was like, I'm not going to leave, which made them panic even more. So and then obviously at the end, Anya's, the way Anya was acting and everything, and his whole misunderstanding of the fact that Anya might actually be poor and doesn't have enough food. That's why she's staying here for food. Like that made him think about his past, which ended up like kind of reminding him of his daughter and how his daughter used to be, and realizing what he's doing now would probably be not something that his daughter would have approved of. And yeah, so that's how he ended up changing his mind at the end, and just went outside and surrendered. That was obviously the biggest reason why all things went as it went, and there was no bloodshed or anything. So these like three reasons were the biggest reasons why things ended in a pretty good way. Like like nobody died, nothing really happened. Like these guys are arrested, and yeah, there you go. That's how this went. Right, and yeah, now Mr. Henderson was also someone who ended up coming here because he was in very concerned about the children. Not only that, they were going to like end up sending a police officer here in disguise, and that would have not been a good move because they probably would have realized. So that's why Mr. Henderson was like, "Oh, let me go," and yeah, he went in, and it's pretty funny where he came in and he's like, "Bruh, Anya's just fine," and not only Anya, everyone is fine. And he was thinking that apparently, like he was thinking of when he had done the interview with Anya when she was going to get enrolled in the school, how Anya said how she like did some crazy stuff. He's like, so she was not lying. Oh my god, that's funny. Right. Yeah. Okay. And there you go. Now it did end up going in a very misunderstanding, like direction, with the whole like miscommunication between Anya and Billy, where Anya was talking about the bomb and everything else, while Billy was thinking about how, like she doesn't want to leave because she doesn't get fed enough. Oh god, that is crazy. But I love that part was pretty funny because you can see Anya was reading his mind, and he was realizing about what was going on in his head, and he realized like there was a whole misunderstanding, and she was getting embarrassed because of the fact that he thought that she's not fed enough. But she decided to continue that whole thing, like because obviously it was working. Right. Yeah, but like I said, thank God everything went well because I was genuinely thinking something is going to go wrong, like like something, some way, someone might have ended up being dead here. But yeah, things went pretty, like ended pretty like peacefully at the end. Right, and they ended up surrendering. That guy did try to get away and just drive the bus off from here and just flee. That guy with the mustache. But he also failed at the end. Right. Now, let's talk about Billy and the Red Circus. Now, from the from what you could see, uh, everyone, all the members of the Red Circus, as we saw here, I'm assuming each and every one of them probably had something in their past which made them like this. Maybe they lost like family members, maybe something else. So just like Billy, and that's why obviously they are trying to kind of like make the Red Circus come up again, like kind of reconstructed. That's why they were trying to get their comrades back. But like obviously they ended up becoming like this because of how society is, how the government kind of treated them and everything. And obviously we know Billy's situation pretty clearly. We kind of saw the flashback, but I'm assuming the other members also probably have something like that, in their past. Well, that's why they have made this crew. But Billy's story was very sad. Like his daughter had like joined this group Red Circus, where they were just like protesting about, like, wait, what did they say, like her group was like a student like student like they were protesting about something. Were they protest? Just a minute, let me go back. um okay, here it is. In the flashback we can see, um you participated in another student protest, didn't you? uh you need to stop. It's dangerous to get involved with the shady characters. What are you talking about, that? Yeah, Red Circus is in some shady group. Members were arrested. We haven't done anything wrong. Okay, no, not this part. This is not the part. I think they mentioned what they were protesting about. Oh, it's that part where Henderson asks him, like, do you have a, like, like, a child. Okay, the Red Circus started out as a student movement advocating for freedom and equality. Oh, okay, so yeah. We were just raising our voices to protect the weakest member of the society. Right. We were a respectable movement that fought for our cause in respectable ways. But yeah, his daughter ended up being a victim. Right. Okay. So that's the situation. Um. Yeah. So and we saw like how that kind of went and how like current Red Circus formed where they decided to take up arms. So yeah, at the end of the day, obviously it was like fault of the higher ups how they like handle this whole situation, and they ended up creating this whole like group of people who are now more extreme, and that they're kind of like a terrorist organization now. Like that's so what can I say, that's so like crazy because like you think about it, like these people, like like the government and everyone over here, obviously they like when these type of situations happen, they try to suppress this terrorist like organization and like protect the people and everything. But now that we are seeing what actually happened, it's kind of ironic because it's because of these people and their decisions, like the government and the other situations that is that the organization ended up being created. This wouldn't have happened. This whole terrorist organization, this Red Circus group, never would have formed if the peaceful protest was not like like the way it was dealt with was not like this by violence and taking their lives. So yeah, so the government themselves ended up creating this group with their actions. And yeah, it's just, can I say, like obviously there are actual terrorist organizations as well where they actually want to harm people and do, but most of the time, a lot of the time, these are the stories behind like all of these organizations and everything. And you just realize that it's just like these people, like they do all of these things when like nothing else works. And people at fault is majorly like the people who are supposed to be at the top. And like a lot of in their the things that they do indirectly ends up creating these type of groups. And this was very much an example of that. Right. So yeah. And like the thing is, just think about this. These guys, the state, what are they called, the state security or something, like the group that Yuri is part of. They, like this freaking guy, that the leader who was saying like, oh, I don't care, like we are going to protect the, like we're going to protect the the majority, and so a lot of like like lives might be lost in that process. But he was saying all of these like things. But just think about it, what he was doing was obviously putting these kids lives in danger. you know Even when they said that, oh yeah, we're going to like like take, like these are kids are hostages now, like like free our people, otherwise we're going to like start like shooting them. He was not even thinking about it. He was like, yeah, we're going to do it. If a few hostages die, it doesn't matter, we're doing this for the greater good. But now think about this, think about what would have happened if a few of these kids actually died. Their parents, their families, they, like how exactly this whole Billy situation happened, like in the like the Red Circus, how that ended up getting created. A similar situation would have happened, because obviously the parents, the family members of these children, they would not sit still after this, like what happened here. A lot of like there was a high possibility that a few of them might actually end up going in the wrong direction because of this and end up creating another Red Circus. So you see, like This is what happened. This guy was yapping about like protecting, like, like not listening to them, not listening to terrorists, and protecting the greater, like, good and everything. But at the end of the day, his actions would have resulted in at least one or two more red circles being created if actually lives were lost here. That's what would have happened. So yeah, like, there you go. Either way, that was sad. Things ended up going, pretty ended up like, started, it kind of ended in a pretty peaceful way, a lot more peaceful than I expected it to go. I thought it's like someone might have died here, but everyone was fine. Nothing happened, no injuries or anything else. Right. Also, I was expecting Yor to get involved, so I was kind of surprised to see that actually Yor didn't get involved in this at all, which makes sense because Yor was at her house. Like, it took a lot amount of time for Yor to even realize that something weird is going on, and by that time, like so many things have already happened. So now if this thing got extended, like, if they actually waited for like dawn and they actually listened to the host like, the guys, the red circles, and this thing got elongated, this whole situation with the time, then I feel like Yor might have gotten involved, because surely by that time Yor would have been like, yeah, something is definitely wrong. I phone called the other, like the other parent. She said that her child is back. Apparently our, like, Anya's class, and they are not, like, like, they don't know what's going on, like their bus is missing. There's a possibility she might have also called, what's her name, Damien's mother, Melinda, right? Might have called her and asked about her, like, what's going on, is Damien back or not. So all of these things definitely would have made her think that, yeah, something is going wrong. So she probably would have taken action immediately. And that's why I said, if this whole thing got extended up until dawn or something, you definitely would have gotten involved, and she probably would have come here and somehow, tried to save them. But they rushed the whole thing, like, the police tried to rush it, and like the red circus also panicked, and this whole situation happened, and then Anya gave her speech, and then the main guy surrendered. So all of this happened so quickly that you didn't even have to do anything. Things got resolved before that. Right. So there you go. Now I feel like if Lloyd was here, things would have gone very differently, because the first organization that was able to realize something is going wrong is Lloyd's organization. Like, they were able to get the information first. So I feel like Lloyd would have realized something is going on. So Lloyd would have taken action way before. But Lloyd is not here. Lloyd is, I think, somewhere else. They mentioned it. So yeah. All right. So there you go. That is it. That was my reaction to episode number um, 8 of Spy Family Season 3. So yeah, if you guys enjoyed this video, be sure to press the like button, subscribe if you're new to the channel, or you haven't subscribed. Comment down below anything you want to say, anything you want to let me know. I'll check them out. And that is it. Yeah, thank you for watching. I'll see you guys next week with another episode. Until then, goodbye and have a nice day.